How are you guys? Welcome back to Wargaming China. And you know what we do here. This is my free channel where I platform my understandings of the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression in China from 1931 to 1945. And today we're here at the village of Tang County itself to bear witness to the final stand of the Sichuan Army's 22nd Army Group. Sun Jian's men, although when we introduced them, we described them as being held in contempt in China, perhaps I didn't emphasize how general soldiery and soldiering is or was held in contempt in China. But the 22nd Army Group of Sichuan Provincial Army of the Sichuan Clique was exceptionally scorned. And we have watched her fighting in the walled city of Yangquan to the north. And we have seen her counterattacking around Zhihei at night. And we have seen her defending fortified lines against the Japanese, who've hopelessly bombarded into annihilation. Then we saw Sun Jian change tactics and fight using his old warlord tricks of attack from the rear and dispersal of forces. Now, the final stand of the 22nd Army Group will be here at the village of Teng County. And when I started last year, I did what my goals were. I said what my goals were for this year. And I said I'll be doing the Battle of Wang. And I also said I'll be making mistakes. Now, I'm using 3 different works here. Rock Boss, I think it's Michael Guo and Benjamin Lai. And they don't all match and marry up. So General Wang Mingjiang is in command here. And here we find the last remnants of the 22nd Army Group. Now, authors would dispute whether these men are of the 364th Infantry Brigade or the 372nd Infantry Brigade. But all would agree that this is where Wang Mingjiang, as a general leading his troops, will be the only general to fall in the Battle of Wang, and he will be awarded rewarded as a revolutionary martyr of the People's Republic of China, as he died on the battlefield leading his men. Some say he was leading one officer says he was leading his men in a counterattack, and another officer says that he was at the west gate doing what he could to evacuate what he had left when he fell in a counterattack to stop the Japanese closing the gate off. However, this is all disputable. All I can do is tell you about it and try to make a war game that does some justice to this battle, but yet is still fun and fast. So I made the village of Teng County as a 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot war games table, with the walls of the town capturing the battle within the walls. I've done a lot of during the battle itself. The Saya detachment advancing south had fought its way through to the gates of this city, and then Saya had split his forces, and 1,300 men, along with 30 pieces of artillery, were left here to take the village of Teng County. Now, inside of the village of Teng County, as I said, it's either the 372nd or the 364th Infantry Brigade, depending on your source, is the remnants of the 122nd or the 124th Division. Now, the fighting since Yangquan has took a terrible toll on the 22nd Army Group. The fighting here will be the final nail in the coffin of the 22nd Army Group as a formation. As we saw at Yangquan, the 22nd Army Group was not at full strength of that battle and lost about 40% of its men. Hence, when the fighting began around Teng County and Jai, the divisional strength was around about 22,000 men. Now, when finally Teng County will fall, the divisional strength will be down to about 10,000. Will be down to about 7,000. 10,000 will have died in this campaign just alone. Sun Jian has been in a predicament. His orders at one point contradicted him. He was to lose each town and then send his men on a circuitous march west and then north, so he could counterattack and use guerrilla warfare on the Japanese rear. But at some point too, it seems that many stragglers or rear echelon divisions I've never got those orders. So what we face what General Wang Mingjiang has as his forces to defend the village of Tang County is approximately 10 companies of infantry. Well, that sounds good, but they're not all infantry. Mainly it's HQ troops from the various divisions that I've already broken. So a lot of MPs, a lot of clerks, a lot of transport workers, mechanics, rear echelon troops. And these troops are very sparsely equipped. There's no support weapons at all. But the one thing is, the fighting spirit of the 22nd Army Group is not diminished for this battle. And indeed, if we look at the various reports of the battle, we will see that on the 17th, the Japanese, after 11 attempts, finally break into the village, and the 10 previous attempts had included heavy artillery, the use of gas, but finally the gate was blasted apart by 30 guns, just continuously hitting it. And this was on the 17th of March. Fighting had begun to take the town on around about the 12th, and the Chinese occupying the town immediately counterattacked. But as I said, ammunition was short. You're mainly talking about grenades, bayonets, rifle butts, and pistols. So it was very difficult for them to hold back the Japanese once they were in the gates of the town. However, they seem to have done it, or slowed the Japanese advance down until, as I said, late in the afternoon, says one author, midday says the other, the Japanese had forced General Wang Mingjiang's forces back to the west gate, and here the general will lead his men and be killed in doing his duty. And as I said, he will be awarded the Revolutionary March of the People's Republic of China. Now let's have a look at the forces I'm going to use for today's game. I should have gone for something with swords and things, but I haven't had these troops on the table for a while. Go over to the other side, have a look at the Japanese forces. So yeah, it should be a very interesting game, and I'm not going to bother with having the Japanese enter through the east gate. Here's the Japanese forces. So battalion with a mortar battalion, and a regimental mountain gun. So a very small game today, but it should be quick and decisive. I'm going to give it 6 turns. The Japanese will start. All troops will start by. The deployment will be decided by dice. So here I've decided the Japanese can deploy anywhere where the white dice are, and I'll do that as 1 and 6 support weapons, and anything else in between, and I'll do the same for the Chinese here, and then I'll dice for deployment, and then I will dice to see who goes first, and I'll give it 6 turns. That should be more than enough. As I said, so during this battle, the 22nd Army Group has learned since Yanquan that it's no good surrendering to the Japanese. Self-immolation is high. 80% of the troops that fight here at this battle will become casualties. Some reports say that only 29 men from the entire brigade got away from this battle. This is the thing about fighting in a walled town. Once the enemy is surrounded, you just box yourself in. Literally. So I'm going to play this today. And as I said, I'm going to give it 6 turns, and it marks the end, the final battle of the 22nd Army Group. And I hope by bringing these battles to you and introducing the 22nd Army Group, it's giving you a deeper understanding of conflicts and divisions within the armies of China. Because it's been a while since I actually put the Chinese army down on the table. But they are coming, and we will continue with this campaign to Tai's Wang, and eventually we will see the Chinese army again, led by Tang and Mo. But that's in the future, and as I'm not the world's best communicator, I'm not going to get into it now. Alright, that's all. See ya.